What's up, guys? I'm Crystal Lee Naomi, aka Jasmine Borders on Tyler Perry's Sistas. Be sure to subscribe to the Haves and the Have-Nots review for not only reviews on the Haves and the Have-Nots, but also on Sistas. And while you're at it, give your girl a follow on Instagram at Crystal Lee Naomi. And I'll see you every Wednesday at 9, only on BET.
All right, Sistas fans. Now, I know how every episode is like, man, I can't. Andy is so annoying. She's just all over, the whole. She's on with the Gary situation while ignoring the warnings of her girls, and it just keeps going. And, Karen, she's just trying to destroy Zach. He's innocent. And, Danny's just making things worse with Preston. She's ruining a good thing. But Sabrina's the worst. Last night proves it. So before going forward in the video, go ahead and hit like and subscribe. Remember, I'm trying to get up the watch time from my viewers who are subscribers. So let's try to go from like 25% up to like 40 by the end of the month. So once again, subscribers, hit subscribe and watch the content. And if you're a frequent viewer of the channel, but you haven't done so already, just hit subscribe. That's all. Just hit the one button. Also, hit the bell notification icon and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post new content to the channel, and follow me on social media. But you know how I felt on Twitter, because I was live tweeting last night. It's disappointing. This was like the first episode of Sistas I watched live in a while. Usually I just watch it like the next day. And this was a bad episode to decide to watch live because it was just 2 out of 10. Like, remember, watch my review. You'll get all the details why the episode was bad. But this was the worst Sabrina episode ever. And trust me, she's done from the drug test and whatnot. This was this was definitely the worst. I mean, I don't know how I don't think I could be with someone who would automatically assume the worst about me as soon as they hear a rumor, or they would instantly believe it. Now, granted, you could say that Maurice telling Sabrina what went down with Q would hold more weight, because not only is Sabrina hearing this from a friend, Maurice, but she's also hearing it from Calvin's roommate. So looking at the evidence, it's like, I was in our apartment, and from Calvin's room, I heard a lot of noise, and then a dude came out. Yeah, that would hold a lot of weight. But Sabrina just doesn't give Calvin a lot of credit, hence why their entire, not relationship, but their entire dynamic has been Sabrina second guessing everything. And even when Calvin told her what was up in regards to his sexuality and whatnot, she always took a priority to listen to what other people had to say instead of the person who you are potentially getting into a relationship with. So not only does she jump to conclusions based off what Maurice is saying, but she finally decides to give Calvin a phone call, despite Maurice suggesting, girl, if you want to call Calvin, just call him. It's like, no, I think I'm just going to, explore other options. I'll, get coffee with Jacoby and whatnot. So basically, instead of just, and I've said this in either other videos or a live stream, I noticed, I don't know if it's the right way. Well, excuse me. I don't know if it's the most popular thing to consider, but my attitude has always been, if you like someone, or if you just want to talk with someone, just a friend in general, message first. Does it really matter? I mean, I get to some people it does, like, oh wow, Jeremy messaged me, so does that mean he likes me or whatever? It's like, how do you know I just didn't want to talk? So I mean, I think Calvin and Calvin and Sabrina both did the same thing. It's like, Calvin's like, no, I ain't worried about it. I think Calvin has less of a reason to message Sabrina than Sabrina has to message him, because he was the one that asked about being in a relationship, and she was the one who said no. So ain't no need of waiting around. Just move on. I mean, I could understand Calvin, because Sabrina was there for him as he was going through a very tough time in his life, losing one of his fathers. But in the same token, it's like Sabrina, she's done too much crap. It's just ridiculous, all the stunts she's pulled in order to confirm whether or not Calvin is gay. It's like, anytime something suspect happens, she automatically pulls like a Kevin McAllister from Home Alone and comes up with some sort of trap or scheme in order to get the truth out of him. So you could, just stand there and talk about being honest and straightforward, and being mature enough to be honest with me. Yet Sabrina's the one who's been playing all these immature games. This is like that movie Two Can Play That Game with Vivica Fox and Morris Chestnut, Anthony Anderson. I love that movie. It's like, a woman plays all these games in order to get a man. Basically, you're trying to change someone who doesn't want to be changed because they're content and comfortable with who they are. So if nothing else, Sabrina can get on her soapbox and rant towards Calvin about not being secure and it's like, well, I'm secure in who I am and what I want. And I'm like, no, you aren't. Because if you were, you wouldn't be questioning everything Calvin says or does and believing everything that everybody has to say about Calvin. Except, she has more faith in pure rumors about what people have to say about Calvin than having faith in what Calvin tells her about himself. So Sabrina convinced me with that, even though she's still fine as hell. So, I mean, honestly, if I were Calvin, I would just leave her alone, let her go. I mean, she deleted and blocked him, so I hope he does the same. Like, there's really no reason for this to go on. And then in the next episode, Maurice learns the truth, and then Sabrina talks to Danny. He's like, oh, I kind of, lashed out after what Maurice said about Calvin. It turned out it wasn't true. And Danny's like, no, let it go, girl. I'm tired of hearing about this. I agree. Like, Sabrina just showed her true colors, and it isn't pretty. So that's all I got to say about the video. I don't dislike Calvin. I just feel like at this point, there's really no need of carrying this storyline any further. I mean, it's just ridiculous at this point. I mean, it's been ridiculous ever since the whole drug test crap. I mean, I could do about it. So then you can get with Jacoby and be with the person who you think you'd like and then realize he's nothing good at all. It's just like Sabrina, character assassination, like what they did with Brad at the end of If Loving You Was Wrong. Like, do something extremely out of character. But then again, after everything Sabrina said and did last night and the events leading up to last night, I don't think it's out of character. It's just very immature. So thanks so much for tuning into the video. Like I said, I don't dislike Calvin. I mean, the only time I disliked him was at the back half of season 1 where he was just an asshole. But he deserves way better than this. Kind of like, the whole Zach deserves better than Karen, even though he wasn't perfect, but he's trying to be better. But, just being instantly, it's like Karen instantly accusing Zach of credit card fraud, and Sabrina instantly accusing Calvin of being gay, bi, whatever. Danny instantly accusing everyone in Preston's family of being racist, and Andy just, being naive. So thanks so much for tuning in, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you want to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal or Cash App.